Hello, my fellow gaming tankers. And considering the topic of this video, we certainly will be needing the wargaming prayer. Dear Tank Jeebus, grant us the things we cannot change, for wargaming maketh the rules, and wargaming breaketh the rules. So this is going to be a bit of a dull video, but also one that is time sensitive, for given the obvious reasons that the Warchests are now going to be related to each season, so they're only temporary. And considering the fact that the Pepto-Bismol doesn't seem to be helping my stomach means that the special kind of love that a child can only bring home from school is now being shared upon me. So there's a good chance, and for the next 48 hours, or at least within the next hours, I will be completely out of commission, praying to the porcelain god, and hopefully not, well, hopefully it only lasts 24 hours. But who knows, right? So I went and bought 50, the maximum amount of the Viper Warchest, for $81. Yes, that's the first thing about the pricing. Now is only $199 for a single Warchest. That's up from $150. But there's now a bulk savings price, which kind of took me by surprise. But then again, some of us may say that you're getting less with these Warchests, and from the veterans' perspective, you are. But then again, it's kind of interesting how we've gone from Winterfest and the whole Ice Queen Warchest and being like, this is blatant gambling. There is nothing here you get up. You have to get these things. You have to spend hundreds of dollars to get, because you have to spend thousands of gold, etc., etc., to even give a slim chance to just get barely half of, blah, blah, blah. To here we are now. Oh, you have to, this duplicate system means first you have to have the tank, but this system means you won't get a tank. But to get this duplicate tank, you have to get the tank, and then you only get half the gold back. And that's the whole reason I bought Warchest, was to get an obscene, to have the chance to possibly get a tank that I have a duplicate of, and then get gold. So you've gone from calling things some horrific gambling to get a tank, horrific gambling to get a commander, a horrific gambling to get a special commander skin, to now being like, I don't want to gamble for the chance to get a obscene amount of gold. So a system now that seems to benefit new players because it's obscenely cheap, that focuses on you getting a tank now instead of getting gold, while still paying out gold every time. Wow. When you watch the weekly assault streams, and every so often they really do bring up the topic of, you just can't please everybody. You really can't. Some of these players for this game really do talk out of both sides of their mouths. Now, yeah, it is pretty sweet to get, especially with the prices going for tier 10s and some of the era 3 tanks of, 13, 15,000 gold. Yeah. And by some fluke chance, you got on the long haul, like a general chest. Great, we'll get to the whole new system there. I kind of got to be honest with you, this doesn't entirely affect me. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of feel like this is better. It's not perfect. It's still gambling, but this is such like a $5 scratch off and winning 20 bucks versus going to the casino and having to freaking mortgage your house or lose your car altogether. It's such a 180 to being like, this is horrible, to now this isn't gambling enough. This doesn't pay out. Why would I pay my money, put money down on this? It doesn't pay out enough. I mean, it wasn't guaranteed to pay out to begin with, so yeah, I feel like this is now, well, Modern Armor Wargaming division did kind of, or the Chicago division of Wargaming was like, all right, we're still going to do the gambling, but we're going to make it really low so it's not egregious and horribly predatory like we just did. And now it's kind of like, well, this is stupid. This is horrible. Why would I do this? And yet I'm like, this is totally for the new player. Like, new player who's like, you know what? After 3 weeks of semi-regular playing and coming home from work, maybe went out after work with the boys, had a few too many, booted up the game, and started playing. Was like, you know, I'm really struggling at tier 6. I need silver, and I could use a tank. You know what? Let me pop open the checking account app. Yeah, no, I got 1,200 in the checking account. I could afford to risk, you know, a couple bucks to maybe get a tank, and at least I could get some gold and maybe some silver and free XP. He was like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Why not? I get 2 tanks out of this. They're World War II, so they don't... Hey, I didn't have them before. Now I do, and maybe if I can beat the duplicate system, I could get half the gold later on. But it's like, oh, now you need to have all the tanks. So that benefits the veterans in getting gold. But you could just also... Now it's kind of like, all right, to help cover their butts over on the wargaming side here. All right, well, if you didn't want to risk it and you called this like predatory for gambling here, well, how about you just spend a lot of money on gold and get what you want instead of us trying to find a dollar value for these tanks, which sometimes you do, you know, in the in-game store, or the, I should say, the platform store, you know, tank of the month type deals and stuff like that, or which, yeah, that's still horribly priced, $60 for a fake tank and a few XP boosters. Sometimes, but they discount those every so often. But yeah, back to this. I think we have we no longer have the long haul. We now have these ops, which the current one seems to be you have to log in daily and then get it. It seems like they're trying to make it so you have to play and every day, and then try to meet a certain requirement, not just playing every day. Okay, so you have to try to maybe, depending on what is this week, is like get 2,000 base XP a day in battles. Rinse, wash, repeat. Then there's the times 2. I don't know. Sadly, you can't just sit down one day on a Friday or a Saturday, grind out something, and then, all right. First time. Listen, it's all new. This is brand new. This is a brand new experiment, and I know it's so sick and tiring to play this game, and after coming on 11 years now and be like, why haven't you guys figured this out? Why do you guys got to keep trying something new? Why don't you have a functional system? I don't know, but maybe because in the continuing strife to get money, you have to keep changing up the product so people keep buying it. Nothing is ever static. Everything is a constant evolution. You want to know? You don't believe me? Find a product people want to buy, then sell it for 5 years, and then see if people will continue to buy it at growing numbers and be like, I don't need to change the formula. Coca-Cola Original is the perfect. They don't need to make any new variations of it. Diet what? No diet here. It's not perfect. It never will be perfect. I think that's part of the human condition. Now, does this solve all the problems? No. Do I think this is better than it was before? Yes. What? Having only one war chest does kind of make, we get less now than we did in the original war chest. We get more sort of in the than we did in the private, but It's not democratic enough and stuff. But hey, I ended up walking away. Excuse you. I'm suddenly being harassed by my felines. What? I know it's bedtime. Calm down. You're worse than my mother. I ended up walking away, or button pressing away with 13,000 gold more, 38 premium days more. I wish I got more premium days. All right, 965,000 more silver, 964, 960,000. Holy guacamole! It's a late night recording. 965,000 silver, 26,000 more free XP. I spent $80 and got 13,000 gold, which meant to get that I would have originally had to pay like 50 gold here just to get that, or $50 just to get. I have a system here. All right, let me boot it up here. Ah, yes. For 50 gold, I would have gone 8,500. All right. So that 13,000 gold plus 2 tanks I didn't have before. I'm not gonna play them. I wish I'd have gotten the CTR, the Chieftain CTR, but now we're talking about should there be war chests for World War II players and Cold War players. No, we are far from that if we ever will be there. I'm not even gonna bother discussing that. Right now, I feel that having a bulk discount price, having a base price of $2 for one war chest is far more agreeable. I feel like you're not risking it all at the blackjack table. You're just getting a base scratch off ticket that, hey, you put a couple bucks down and hey, you walk away with 20 bucks, maybe 50 bucks, or hey, thanks grandma, you got me some scratch off and I ended up with 100 bucks for a birthday present. Woohoo! It's nowhere near as egregious, but then again, they could just be starting off low because it's the first time, and then seeing how if people complain that they're not getting enough, all right, you're not getting enough, we'll improve the odds. We'll improve what's in it. We won't improve the odds, but we'll also increase the price so you feel like, oh, you spent more, so you didn't get more. I have spent a lot of money sometimes on general war chests and got very little. So this time I feel like I spent a little and kind of got a little bit more than I would have paid for. And I think going forwards, I think this will be, they'll make more money by having more people spend less instead of having a few people spend more. And that's where I think this is now a little bit new player friendly. It's more in line with a less greedy free-to-play game, while still kind of being a greedy free-to-play game. It's still a wargaming, scheme here, so it's not all holy here. There's the con man is still there. He's just been reined in and muzzled a little bit. So long story short, to summarize it all, while we watch me kick button 80 M8 48 A5 PI. Oh, that's so long. Listen, if you're playing Cold War for new players and you need a good medium tank, besides the T95 E3, get yourself the M48 A5 PI pen. It's good. To summarize it all, I think these new war chests are a more agreeable answer to the problem of the whole loot box greediness than before. Is it perfect? No. Does it make everyone happy? Obviously not, from the comments. And to those who say you'd want the old system back so you can have the chance, the slim chance, that 1.46% chance to win a duplicate of a tier 9 and make 11,000 gold. A, stay away from the casinos, and B, maybe get checked out for, an undiagnosed gambling addiction, or just maybe check to see if you may have an addictive personality and don't realize it yet. Because y'all kind of outed yourself in the comments here for the other videos I've seen on this, and it worries me. Financial futures of us all worry me now. So, you know, take it easy on, you know, spending money on uncertain things, alright? Now, I've said my piece. You've seen what happens when you spend $81 and get 50, war chests instead of spending $100 on 50 war chests. So you've got a little bit more information. You've got another opinion of someone who's semi-skilled. I will be achieving my 10-year badge now, something to, for what it's worth, but alright. I've said my piece. Take that as you will. And spend as you will. Just remember, at any moment, as some people keep believing, this game is gonna die. It's died so many times and lost all its players so many times that, yeah, either way, servers will be shut down, game goes bye-bye, the fake tanks disappear into the internet ether. Alright? Well, hope you keep your tracks on the ground and aren't using the favor. I'll catch you in the next one, which will be for a little while. Because, new season means I take my break. And, Super Earth needs me. So, see you in a little bit. Bye. Oh, and if you've made it this far, because I'd like to make some money off advertising that I'm not eligible for because YouTube has way too high standards, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.